It is hard to argue with the guy after the performance he had on Friday. Buie's 31-point, 9-assist, 0 turnover showing against Zach Edey and Purdue. For a little perspective, consider that in the last 20 seasons, the only major conference player to post those numbers, aside from Buie, former Oklahoma State star Jamison Curry. The difference is that Curry did it against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and Buie did it against the nation's #1 team. Buie joins us now. He is today's big interview. Boo, congratulations on an amazing performance on Friday night. You guys have won some really big games during your time at Northwestern. Obviously, there's the win over Purdue last year when they were #1. You went to Michigan State and won last year. You won an NCAA tournament game last season against Boise State. Where does this one rank in your mind?
This one is definitely up there with the top wins. This is only the second time in program history where they beat a #1, and the first time was last year, as you mentioned. So, it's just a awesome testimony to, what we're trying to build here at Northwestern and change that culture. But, it's just a win like any other win. So, it's a long season, so we have to stay hungry and stay motivated to keep going out there and getting these great wins.
You saw the historical perspective on what you did. Just one other player has done anything approaching that, and again, against far inferior opposition. How would you assess your performance now, a couple days removed from it?
Yeah, obviously, I've been told a bunch of times how well I played and stuff, and I actually didn't know that historical stat. But now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of crazy. It's a blessing, but it's just also a testimony to how much faith my team and my teammates and my coaches have in me, and how much just self-belief I have in myself, and it is a good feeling to perform that way.
You said afterwards that you and Zach Edey are the two best players in the country. You did not say in what order. Do you want to clarify that?
You guys can say however order you guys want to say, but obviously he's the reigning national champion, the reigning national player of the year, and he's one incredible player. So we've just been battling the last 3-4 years. That's my dude. We talked outside of the season and stuff. But credit to him, he's one phenomenal player. He drew like 16 fouls on us, but obviously, no one can really guard him. So we're definitely top players in the country.
The atmosphere on Friday night was amazing, and I had the honor of calling the game last year against Purdue, and the atmosphere was amazing there as well. That has not always been the case, as you are well aware. How gratifying is it to see what you guys have built in terms of the fan support, and specifically, I'd say, the student section?
Yeah, it's been awesome. In my first 3 years here, I remember coming out to the court for games. Obviously, one of those seasons was COVID, so no one was there. But no one was there in those other 2 seasons. That fans were allowed. So really, last year was the first season where fans really started coming out and supporting. And NU Wildside, ever since has been tremendous, and they show up every night and they bring the energy. So it's just really been awesome, and like I said before, it's just another testimony to where we're trying to take this thing here at Northwestern.
You could have walked away after last season as one of the best players in Northwestern history. You had won an NCAA tournament game. You had equaled the greatest heights of any Northwestern team ever. What made you decide to come back?
I answered this question a couple times now, and I say, I just think that as the season went on last year, with all the memories we were creating and everything that was going on, and just having plenty of conversations with with the coaches and stuff, I just really truly felt like I had some unfinished business here. I had more losing seasons than winning seasons, and I just really wanted to help this program, try to do something for the first time in history. So coming back, I came back for moments like last game and just trying to bring this team back to another NCAA tournament, and just trying to be the best accomplished college player I could be.
I do know that NIL is part of the equation for college athletes everywhere now, and I know you've been really involved in Northwestern's NIL approach, which is a little bit different than some other places, called True NU. It brings players into the community. Tell me a bit about what you've been doing there, because you've been active talking about it on social media.
Yeah, so True and You is awesome. It's a great opportunity. It's a partnership that with Northwestern, who they just seek out student athletes, and we go and do work in the community, and it's awesome. We get to give back. We get to go be with kids, and I actually just recently did an event where I was helping wrap gifts and pass out bags for Christmas for kids for the less fortunate kids who may not have the same opportunities on Christmas. And, so it's just a really good way to give back and get your name out there in the community and show face. And, I know that the kids really enjoy, every time I'm there, they're super excited to see me and to see my teammates. And it's a great opportunity for all the Northwestern athletics here. So, we have about 18 teams I think True and You works with. And, so it's just a great opportunity for all.
Speaking of getting your name out in the community, Epic Burger, local restaurant, has the Boo Burger on the menu, named after you.
Shout out Epic Burger. You definitely want to go and get your Boo Burger.
Tell me a bit about the Boo Burger. What are we getting ourselves into if we order one?
Yeah, so the Boo Burger was created back in October. So I was always going to the restaurant, and I knew the owner, from a previous teammate, Chase. Chase had originally met him last year, and he kind of set up everything. So shout out to Chase Od's as well. But this year, the guy's name is David, the owner of Epic Burger. His name's David, and he kind of just wanted to do a different twist. And it was like, hey, Boo, you want to come up with your own burger? We could create it, sell it, promote it, whatever. And so basically, I kind of branched off and twisted off of a burger they kind of already had, but, I threw my own unique twist onto it. So it consists of just a regular, nice beef patty with pepper jack cheese, barbecue sauce, pickles, and then on the top of the bun, there's an onion ring for the number 0.
Ah, I like what you did there. Well done. All right, we'll have to go try it out. Hey, your brother, Taylor Battle, is one of the assistants on Northwestern's team and was a great player, as Big Ten fans know. He was the leading scorer, still is the all-time leading scorer at Penn State. What is that relationship like for you to essentially, in some ways, play for your brother, even though he's not the head coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tremendous. Obviously, like you said before, someone who's played in this league and happened to play at the same exact position. It's a huge benefit to have him here, like not just because he's my brother, but he's been through the league, he's been through my shoes because we played the same position, and so he just has a bunch of knowledge and over the last 2 years, he's helped me tremendously. We work out every day pretty much, and as long as same for the other coaches, they help me get better and stuff as well. But since he's my brother, he's always contacting me outside of practice and stuff, and he's just harping and stressing the game to me, trying to find ways for us to get better. But, most of our conversations are about basketball. We're a basketball family, and that's all we live and breathe. So, being able to have his knowledge day in and day out is awesome.
He is significantly older than you, and he was playing overseas at a point where you're living in Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and you decided to leave home and go live with one of your brothers in Albany, essentially to play for the same high school coach as Taylor did. How hard was that decision, Boo, to leave home at age 13 to kind of pursue this basketball dream?
Yeah, so I was living in Pennsylvania with my mother, and there just wasn't really many opportunities, for AAU. There wasn't really an AAU team around. It was about a 3-hour drive, just to get to practices and stuff. And, high school basketball in the area that I was growing up in wasn't as good as in New York. So, it was really when I just decided, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to continue to do and chase my dreams. So I was really just moving there to have a better opportunity to chase my basketball dreams.
And chase it you did, and yet you were very lightly recruited out of high school. I mean, it was basically Boston University, Vermont, I think Siena, UMass, and Northwestern. Northwestern's the only high major offer. What did Chris Collins see in you that others did not?
Uh, you know, Coach Collins and his staff had saw me in a tournament in California, and I was playing against uh, one of the top guards in the country who's ranked top in the country. His name is Tyrell Terry. Uh, but he was a heck of a player, and we were just going head to head the whole game. And you know, my team ended up winning that game, and then the next game we had played another good team in Compton Magic, and they had the Mobley twins and some other guys who were really good. So you know, I kind of just think since he saw that fight in me and being able to go up and compete against those guys, he believed in me. So, and ever since I've got here, he's believed in me ever since I stepped on the court. So,
Hey, Boo, your given name is Daniel. When did you become Boo?
to be honest, I don't know how I was ever given that name because I've always been called Boo. You would have thought I was named. You would have thought I was named Boo, but I literally can't remember the last time anyone has called me Daniel, unless I'm having something legal like the DMV or.
Right. All right, so there's literally no one in your life who calls you Daniel. Your mother does not call you Daniel.
No, only if I'm mad. She'll call me Dan. she'll just call me Dan.
Well, we will call you guys a really successful team to this point, but obviously, as you mentioned off the top, there's a lot of season left. What needs to happen for Northwestern, not only to make it back to the tourney, but maybe make it a little further than a year ago?
You know, I think we just got to stay hungry and stay content. You know, like I said before, it's an awesome big time win. But you know, everyone is the same, and at this college level, you know, anything is possible. Anyone can win on any given night. So you just got to stay hungry and content, and you know, keep doing the things that are giving you the success.
Well, Buie, congratulations on all of your success to this point. Been a really fun team to watch here over the last couple of years, and looking forward to seeing what the future holds here for the Cats. Congratulations again. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.